The entire universe is moving. Stars, planets, animals, and humans. In a city like San Francisco, movement is very sensitive. The Bay Area has a unique geography, which made transportation very important aspect of people's lives. That's why you have so many options to get around the Bay Area. You have international airports, or the ferry if you like the ocean, and you have the buses, cars, and bikes. The favorite option is BART, Bay Area Rapid Transit, where the timing is tight and guaranteed.
Attention Platform 1, train to Central is approaching. Please stand clear of the platform edge.
So, BART commuters are four groups: education strugglers, employees and workers, San Francisco explorers, and many weird people who reacted differently to the strike, which has its advantages and disadvantages. Students and teachers were affected the most by the strike. The strike created a lot of pressure. Students lost focus, missed classes, and pay a lot of money. Unlike students, employees and workers are not dependent on BART, but it is still important to them. Hourly paid workers were affected more than employees because of the payments policies. Travelers have more free time than the others, but because BART is connected to the airport, there were a lot of flight delays and reservations cancelled. Weird people are groups who use BART for different reasons: job seekers, surfers, and many others. The main disadvantage of the strike is time delay, traffic jams, and driving risk with higher costs. All the groups are losing in the strike. But the strike was an advantage for others, like gas station, taxis, and parking businesses.
Getting to work during the BART strike was really awkward. Not necessarily for me, but for a lot of my coworkers. We actually had to remake the entire schedule because so many people couldn't make it to work because they all live in Oakland, and that was really frustrating for me.
If I wake up early and I'm still late and I have to jump out and take a taxi, I might have to spend more money, so it might be like $20, $30, depending.
In terms of like how work was affected for customers, it was super slow, like a ghost town while we were working. I worked at a coffee shop, so I definitely think that the BART strike affected us financially during that time. I've definitely canceled plans during the strike. I have a lot of friends that live in Oakland, and I couldn't make it out to them because I don't have a car, and that makes me really reliable on the BART system, especially getting across town and stuff like that.
After observation, all four groups of BART riders and asking questions and interviewing part riders, I found out that they all were unhappy, frustrated, angry during the strike, and their behavior changed. Some of them tired to catch the bus, the ferry, or taxi. Some stayed in the city with a friend to save time and money. The data shows that a lot of people drive their cars alone on the way to work between 6 to 7 a.m. The numbers doubled during the strike. Cars were the main transportation choice without part. Both genders are equally willing to drive to work alone during rush hours. There are more than 200,000 people who ride part round trip each day.
I had to drive my car, and I had to pay for toll, and I also had to pay for parking. So that definitely took away from my budget, my monthly budget.
Well, before I usually wake up at 6, but if I had to come to the city during the strike, I would have had to wake up maybe at 4 because of traffic.
From a very early age, Americans teach their children not to talk to strangers. And most important thing, don't accept a ride with strangers. This rule is taken very seriously here in the US. This might be one of the reasons why carpooling is not very popular. According to the data, more people drive their cars alone during rush hour. Currently, only 8% of workers in San Francisco carpool to work, while 39% of workers drive to work alone. People have the ability to help each other in case of a strike. If more people used carpools as drivers or riders, it would reduce the commute time and the amount of traffic on the streets. Carpooling is cheaper than any other transportation choice, and faster because carpool drivers have special lanes. Suggestion: the culture of not talking to strangers should be replaced by a community of commuters. Employees who have cars and needs to commute have the opportunity to help the community during a strike by driving or riding in carpool. The community needs to depend on each other during difficult times. More people should use carpools